ideal because they're going to force your droplets of insecticide into the resting places of the mosquito. And typically this is on the underside of a leaf, in dense foliage. Our mosquito likes to be where it's dark, where it's humid, where it's protected from wind and sun, and dense foliage on the underside of the leaf is an ideal site for that. You can also find them under places like under decks, under sheds, places that have that sort of similar description. So with the backpack mist blower, it's going to force droplets into those dense areas. It's going to put out a fairly light application. It's not going to over apply. And the best way to do that is actually to stand as close to the vegetation as possible. Stand close to the vegetation and use tight circular motions, and using that circular motion rather than just up and down and side to side, that circular motion is actually going to help force those leaves up and get the droplets where they need to be. So circular motions, wax on, wax off. Stand close to the vegetation. In some situations, you can stick that nozzle actually into dense vegetation like boxwoods to get in there. And pay attention to the settings on your backpack mist blower. Full throttle is great because you're going to get good volume of application there, and then so you got your full throttle, and then check your meter setting too, so we're going to have appropriate volume as well as appropriate airflow. My concern is if you're using really low settings, that you could be coming back and doing a retreatment because you didn't get the product where it needs to be. And it's just good to pay attention to that settings. In some situations, you might need to crank it up a little bit higher. In some situations, you might need to crank it a little bit lower. So again, the backpack mist blowers are really great that you can get appropriate levels of product, those nice fine droplets into vegetation, which is ideal resting sites for these mosquitoes.